Clemens at 5 points now. Norris has only 2 thus far in the game. Freeze being defense by Taylor. Freeze to the basket. Victoria lead by 1.
Victoria's got to cut off that penetration. They can't allow the Waterloo guards, Freeze in particular, to penetrate into that 3-second area.
Freeze picked up Taylor. That is off. Rebound, Norris. Down court to Savage. Savage against Taylor. 2 points. Waterloo gets the lead by 1. 12-11.
And there's where Norris has the greatest value for Waterloo, is commanding the defensive backboards. He was the leading rebounder in Canada this year. Gets that defensive rebound, and Savage and Freeze take off, and he throws the long outlet pass.
Savage is also the all-time leading scorer in Waterloo history. Scrub bounced past the court, Clemens, and he was rejected by Norris.
Okay, now what we see here, Kenny, is Victoria has decided that they will go inside early to court Clemens. And we're going to see here Clemens with the ball down in the low post, and Norris clearly over his back and committed the foul. But the fact is that Clemens has gotten the ball inside 5 times and a half thus far. Waterloo appears to have elected to play behind him and force him to make the move and score. But if they do that, they've got to get help from the defensive players on the perimeter. They've got to drop down and help Norris, help dig the basketball off the ground when Clemens puts it down. They're not doing that right now. They're leaving Randy Norris stranded.
Clemens down on the line now. He's 4 for 4. Savage against goal. Clemens has 7 points. Norris has 2. Victoria lead by 1. Norris tried to go to the basket, and they call the foul on the big guy. Toward Clemens, Victoria.
Norris came right back and said, if you take it to me, I'm going to take it to you, and both teams are working real hard. Here we go. This is a strong move by Norris. He really drop steps well, and he takes it in. He put the ball in Clemens' face with his right hand. You'd like to see a player inside go up with the left hand, protect the ball with his body, but Norris took it hard to the rim and drew the foul.
Randy from Sarnia on the foul line for the first time. That's the first foul against Cord Clemens. Nice touch. Waterloo lead by 1. 12:54 left in the first half, and that's Lloyd Scrub bringing the ball down court for Victoria. Cord Clemens. Great defensive play by Savage. End to end.
Savage is a thoroughbred. He's been around so long now. The offense hasn't really gone to him in the primary phase. He hasn't had many shot opportunities, but he's working on the defensive end of the floor. He did a good job getting a steal.
As far as the rebounds are concerned, Clemens had 1 and Norris has had 4. Waterloo and Victoria both 14 fouls each. Scrub has been very valuable to this Victoria team since transferring, and a great defensive play again by Randy Norris. Savage trying to drive to the basket. Defense now. Vito Pasquale, number 10, is on the court for Victoria. He's Eli's brother. He's a spot player. 12 underneath. Waterloo again lead by 1. Savage trying to get it into a running match. To the basket again. A brilliant move.
Again, transition, the name of the game for Waterloo. That's their 12th point off the transition game and a half. Waterloo on this end has to cut the forward and guard penetration off from the wings.
Sheehan hit from the corner. Savage has 6 points. Freeze and Scrub battle for the ball. Tommy Snyder is in there. Number 35. The 1985 CIAU Basketball Championship.
It becomes hard.
Early in the first half, Waterloo 18, Victoria 17. There's Don McRae.
And Don McRae is sharing some thoughts with Randy Norris right now on how to defense the big fella, Cord Clemens from Victoria. Basically, what he wants him to do is not let Clemens push him back off the defensive block. He's given too much room. He wants him to establish position, keep Clemens away from the basket, and if Clemens pushes back, he wants him to get his arms out and show the referees that he's not pushing, that he, in Don's words, is dealing and not receiving, or receiving and not dealing.
Clemens has 7 points. Randy Norris so far has 2 points, but 4 points, but he also has 4 rebounds. Clemens has 1. Victoria. Lloyd Scrubb has the ball to the top of the key. Now into the ball game for Victoria is a very rugged basketball player. Jamie Newman, 6'6" from Courtney, number 42. Watch him. Very physical in the basket. Victoria lead by 1, 19-18. 10:54 left in the first half. Tommy Snyder, young rookie from Kitchener, has played exceptionally well at point guard along with Freeze, but Freeze gives up the ball, and Phil Ohl comes back down. Davino Pasquale off the glass, no good. Rebound, Ohl off the rim. Scrubb tries it. Now it's Ohl again. Will not drop. Rebound taken by Henry Van Drunen, number 20, who's up in the game for the first time.
And we're seeing some substitutions here midway through the first half. Both teams have some depth. Harry Van Drunen, who came in for Waterloo, has had a good season for Waterloo. He has a good outside shot. He adds a little quickness to their front court play.
And a turnover against Kitchener, or I should say against Waterloo. As Freeze leaves the court for the first time. Boyd, Snyder, Van Drunen, Savage, 21. Cord Clemens, 54 with the ball for Victoria. Victoria in white. Vito Pasquale into Newman. Newman, 42, is checked by Boyd, but he couldn't hold it in. Victoria take over.
Now on the last inbounds play, they threw the lob pass to the big 7-footer, and then Phil Ohl, the passer, stepped right inbounds and got the ball back from Clemens.
Pasquale to Phil Ohl, Victoria. The Scrubb underneath, Clemens off. Rebound, a battle between Van Drunen and Phil Ohl. It's Victoria's ball.
Now Clemens, here's Clemens again. Little left-handed jump hook shot there, baby hook shot that just rolled off the rim. There's a lot of easy shots being missed in this ball game so far by both teams.
Ohl didn't miss that. Victoria now leads by 3, 21-18. 9:40 left in the first half. Another turnover against Waterloo.
Now the press court, Waterloo, a little surprised in that situation. Victoria has not pressed full court as much as they have in the past, but they will spring it from time to time, and the press could give Waterloo problems this afternoon.
Van Drunen goes back to the bench, and Robbie Freeze is in for Waterloo. Cord Clemens. Boy, off the rim and back in. Vic now lead by 5. Snyder down court is fouled by Lloyd Scrubb. Clemens has now 11 points.
Again, I don't think that University of Waterloo Warriors can live a whole lot longer with letting Cord Clemens get the ball at will. And basically, that's what's happened thus far in a half. Now, it's early in the game, and you don't see anything happening on the scoreboard. It's a fairly close game, 5 points. But over the course of the game, Norris is going to get into foul trouble, and the percentages of shot that Clemens gets is just too high.
Oh, and you saw Savage box in and couldn't get out. 6 turnovers by Waterloo, 6 by Victoria, but Waterloo's turnovers have come in the last 3 minutes. Now out for Victoria. Randy Steele, number 14, a 4-year guard from Campbell River. As Coach Shields goes to that bench. Much quicker than it against Manitoba the other night.
And Victoria now has 3 non-starters in the basketball game, so Ken Shields is not hesitating in this big championship game to use the players off the bench and give them a little playing time to spell some of the guys that are over there now. Scrubb's on the bench, Graham Taylor's on the bench, and Sheehan's on the bench.
Victoria, 5 fouls, 6 fouls now against them. That last foul was against Randy Steele. 23-18 as Savage brings it up court for Waterloo. Tom Snyder. Norris. Back out to Norris, and Norris can't handle the pass. 7th turnover, Waterloo. Field to Phil O. O rides the check, passes back to Vito Pasquale, number 10, Victoria. Randy Seal underneath to Newman, and he muscled his way to the basket.
Muscle was a good word. He's a strong player. He's 28 years old, from British Columbia. Did some traveling before he came back to school at Victoria over in New Zealand and Australia. And he's a very, very physical player off the bench for the Vikings.
The 1985 CIAU Basketball Championship.
Once cold as ice, goes down so nice. Yes, it's Labatt's night, and it tastes just right. Yes, it's perfectly clear. It's all you want in a beer. Tastes smooth and light, and it goes down so right, so nice, so right. Yes, it's Labatt's night.
We Gulf dealers figured it was time Canadian drivers got a little more for their money.
Gulf means more.
So we're going to give you more. Air hoses that work, more discount coupons, more service, more value.
Gulf means more.
Whether it's a terrific discount on oil, a deal on soft drinks, or a chance to win cash,
Gulf means more.
we're working harder to make you a regular customer
Gulf means more.
every time you come to Gulf.
The University of Victoria have built up a 7-point lead. Victoria 25, Waterloo 18. And we heard Ken Shields talking about cutting, concerned about the high post area.
Well, they've shut down Waterloo's offense fairly effectively here in the first half. Many of the points that Waterloo has scored have come off the fast break, so Vic's doing a job defensively. But the next time Victoria commits a foul, that puts Waterloo in the bonus situation. And down the last 7.5 minutes of this half, that could be a factor that will help Waterloo. They could dig themselves back into this game on the foul line if they continue to get the ball inside and create contact.
Savage the jumper. Good. From 20. They got to have more of that from Peter Savage. That's his 8th point.
Now we see a change in defense here. Waterloo's in a zone for the first time during a ball game, and neither Ken Shields nor Don McRae say that they like to play zone defenses. But the fact is, zone defenses have helped both teams considerably over the course of the year because of the great size they have inside.
Savage tried the bounce pass to Norris. It was knocked away by Ole. Ole doesn't like the call by official Don Klein, who was right on the spot. Savage. 21 Savage against 15 Ole.
Now that's the foul that stops the clock. It's also the foul that puts Waterloo in a bonus. So here we see a situation where, okay, we're going to see the blocking foul occur here. 15 did not have good position, Phil Ole, and Peter Savage is on the foul line. He's an excellent foul shooter as well for the 1-and-1. But now Waterloo can start to score points with the clock stopped and with no defensive player in front of them if they can bring the ball into areas that causes Vic to foul them down the stretch of the first half.
There is Peter Savage, 27-20, his team trailing. 1-and-1, he's off. The rebound taken by Boyce and back out to Snyder. A big rebound. Now, off the glass. By Randy Norris.
Great follow by Randy Norris. That really has to boost Waterloo right now. And there you see him using the agility and jumping ability to get to the basket. He's 7 feet tall, but he's a pretty fair athlete as well.
Yes, he is. In fact, they tell me he can throw a football 70 yards.
He says he likes to throw the basketballs rather than footballs, though. I don't think he wants to throw or apply his trade out on the gridiron.
He's a heck of an athlete. Battles that dilemma, the bad knees. Here comes Waterloo. Deep pass ahead to Savage. It goes right to the glass.